to be at the Junos this year?
Well, it's good because I'm with my buddy Ben, who directed my music video for Hang Ups, which was nominated for Video of the Year. So we're feeling pretty good.
All right. Well, congratulations on the nomination. I mean, how does it feel to be recognized?
It feels pretty good. I mean, we put a lot of work in this video, so.
And we've been working together for like 5 years, so it really is a culmination of years of collaboration. So.
Tell us about how this video came together.
I told Ben I wanted to be upside down, and he was like, well, we could take it one step further. So we basically built a room out of plywood. Well, he did. I didn't do anything.
I didn't build anything.
Well,
we had someone build it.
We had other people do it, but yeah, so, but it was really fun, and you know, I really wanted the video to be super simple because the song's super simple, and Ben understood that, and we worked together very well. So
Same wave. That's right.
Same wave.
Well, the carpet has been lots of fun, but what has been the most exciting part for you guys here in London for the Junos?
Yesterday was awesome. I was super sick, and now I'm not, so I'm just like happy to not be sick. I'm also really excited for the Rec Laws because they're my friends, and I'm really stoked for their performance and to see their award and everything. So.
You know, it's funny, a lot of people are saying that it's such a nice little reunion this weekend. What are you most looking forward to when the show tonight?
I'd say, honestly, the Rec Laws, just because, like, my guitar player lives with them, and like, you know,
I do all their videos.
He does all their videos
I
too.
do. Yeah.
Family affair.
We like hang at the same bars, and we're just good friends. So it's cool to see your friends on the stage that you also have been on, and be like, dude, I know.
Awesome.
So yeah.
Well, thank you so much. Congratulations again, and we'll see you guys. Enjoy the show.
Go watch Hang Ups on YouTube.
Swipe up. Swipe up.
Swipe up. All right. Well, thank you guys. So here on the red carpet, what's really great in London is that fans have been able to watch all of the stars coming in. And so this section back here is the fan zone. Many of those fans won tickets. They entered contests. We were at a shopping mall where there was a special fan meet and greet where there were also some tickets given away. So this special opportunity, of course, to meet some of their favorite stars is something that they've been enjoying and taking. And come on in. We're going to enjoy another guest here. We are live on Facebook and YouTube. So nice to see you guys. White Horse here. How does it feel to be on the Juno red carpet?
Fantastic.
I love it.
Yeah.
What would you say is the best part about Juno weekend?
For me personally, it's that, you know, we spend a lot of time on the road, and this industry is fairly small. So we know a lot of people, and a lot of people that are dear to our hearts because they live the same crazy, strange life that we live. So this is an opportunity. It's the one opportunity in the year where we get to spend time communicating with our friends. Because when you pass like ships in the night, and when you're on tour, and this is we'll get to see a lot of people that we care about a great deal.
Yeah, and you know, Juno Fest is it kind of takes over the city, and bands come in and artists come in from all over the country, and they're playing in all the local clubs and bars throughout the weekend. And we played a show last night in London. And you know, when we were leading up to it, and during the week, we were looking at our schedule for the weekend, and I was like, I wish we hadn't booked that show because we're going to be so exhausted. We played at 11:30 last night. But when the time came last night, I was like, I just want to play music. You know, we're doing so much schmoozing and dressing up and putting on makeup, and I just wanted to put my instrument on and sing some songs. And that's really what this weekend is all about. It's about the music.
Of course, and of course you guys are being recognized for your music. How does it feel to be nominated?
Well, it's good, except we actually lost last night. So.
Oh, that's okay.
But.
Yeah, I mean, the nomination is, I'm sure you've heard this before, it becomes a bit of a cliche, but it's almost more important to be nominated. You know, I've often thought of the metaphor of being in this business or doing in the creative arts is there's a conversation happening, literal one, but also a figurative one. And when somebody makes something and you listen to it and you think, oh, wow, that's really incredible, what do I do in response to that? And I think... you know, that conversation is one that you want to be a part of. You want to be invited to the table. And there are a few markers throughout a career or a year where you feel like, okay, this is what it means to be included in the conversation. I think the Junos is one of those times.
Well, thank you so much for speaking with us. We definitely look forward, of course, to seeing the show, and we hope you have a good time.
Thank you.
So much.
All right, so we will be taking your questions. If you guys are watching, send in. We have a number of stars. We've also spoken to a lot as well. We had a chance to chat with Sarah McLaughlin, who is hosting the Juno Awards this year. And, you know, initially she had said she was a bit nervous. The idea of public speaking is not something that she says comes naturally, considering, you know, she is a pretty big performer. That was surprising, but she said she feels ready. There have been hours of rehearsals, and she's really excited for the show and what is in store. So I'm here, and as you guys can see, it's quite crazy because we have constant stars coming down the red carpet. And oh, we'll have another guest right here. Hi, Tanya. How are you? Nice to see you. Tanya Talaga.
Hi, it's nice to be here.
We are live on YouTube as well as Facebook. How does it feel to be at the Junos this year?
It's totally wild. I'm here with my 15-year-old daughter, and I've never experienced anything like this before. Get to feel like a rock star for one day, and I'm very proud to be here to introduce Jeremy Dutcher.
Jeremy Dutcher, we saw him win last night, of course, for Best Indigenous Album of the Year, and he had some very important things to say on stage. We know he also had a chance to come back and finish what he was saying when the music wrapped. But, you know, on that particular note, I mean, why is it important in terms of the platform that Indigenous artists have? What some of those things that he said, why was that important to hear?
It's so important for everyone to realize that Indigenous languages in this country, unless we rescue them, we're going to lose them. You know, the United Nations says that we are about to lose 87 Indigenous languages if we don't do something. So it's important that all of us coming up really look at what we can do to educate people and to make sure that the languages are there and we can save them for the next generation.
And that's, of course, the main focus of Jeremy Dutcher's album. He won the Polaris Prize in 2018. In terms of representation, you know, one thing he brought up was the fact that all of the Indigenous artists were in one category. What do you have to say about that?
Indigenous artists should be in every single category. You know, there is so much variety. We have so much to offer everybody. We should be throughout. Our own category, sure, but we should be everywhere.
And what are you most looking forward to this evening?
I really honestly can't wait to hear Jeremy perform again. I got to hear him at dress rehearsals and he's just so incredible. And listening to Sarah McLaughlin is amazing. The whole thing is really just, it's a dream.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for speaking with us.
Thank you.
Have a great evening. So if you guys are just tuning in, we are live here at the Junos in London, Ontario. And if you're sending in your questions, I'll definitely be able to get some of them in and ask some of those questions. But I also want to bring in one of my colleagues, and this is Hala. Hala, do you want to come on over? Hala works for CBC London, and you know, you guys have been following everything as it's happening, all of the stories, some of the local connections. But London hosting the Junos, what can you tell us about what it's been like so far?
It's obviously a big deal, and since day one, I remember probably a year ago now, we've really been preparing for this specific moment. So far, it's been a week filled of, you know, festivities and music. We've had hundreds of bands play in the last week across 15 venues in the city. It's a big deal for London because we forked over $1.7 million for this, and wow, we're gauging the economic impact of about $12 million. That remains unclear right now. We'll have to do the numbers later on, but as you know, even for London, it's a pretty big deal because we have some celebs from this local area. Yes. Loud Luxury, they went to Western, they never seem to forget their London roots. They have a huge party tonight with local folks as well. We have Splash and Boost just from Thorndale, right outside of London. Greg Wells, born here. So obviously many, many celebs that we've been talking to tonight are from the London area.
Definitely a pretty amazing time for a lot of local talent as well to be recognized, and even some people that aren't from too far away coming here and saying how important it is to have the Junos in a smaller city. No, so yes, so we're getting some more guests coming on over, and again, if you're sending in your questions, that would be great. And so if you guys haven't had an opportunity to be on a red carpet, it is quite intense. Just on this side right here, we have our media that are taking photos. I'll show you a quick shot. And so we're getting some questions in. I'm looking through some of those right now. So bear with me. All right. So we have a Facebook question, and that's from Michael Berard. So for our next guest, we will definitely ask. And Emmanuel Chal. All right, come on over. Hello, sir. Were you waiting in the wings for me?
Yeah, awesome.
Nice to see you. How does it feel to be here at the Junos?
Well, it's amazing. It's a long journey. This is it, the community, the connection, and how people embrace each other. That's what I'm looking forward.
All right, so tell us a bit about the music that you create and being recognized.
So I did an album with my sister, and she's currently in refugee camp, and I'm also a refugee in Canada, and so this is a big thing for us, just being recognized for our sound to keep our hope alive.
I mean, that's a pretty amazing story. We know many people also that have come into Canada share a similar story. Why is it important for you to make the music that you do?
Well, the music is where I get to be in heaven. This is where I become a child again, and this is where I can dance. It's a form of meditation, and at the same time, I can share a message that is not just only for my people alone, but it's become a global message.
And we actually have a Facebook question from someone named Michael Berard, and he's asking us, why are awards relevant and what purpose do they serve? Why is it important to recognize our own talent?
Well, our awards are very important because it's like a ceremonial occasion to keep the people to contribute with their art at the highest form that they can. So the main important thing of creating an award is to bring the community together, for people to network. There's other things that happen behind the scene. The real win is not the award, it's the people that meet to collaborate and create beautiful things.
Great. Thank you so much, Emmanuel. Congratulations. Enjoy the rest of your night here. All right, all the best. All right. Sorry there. So as you can hear, I mean, it's such an important time for many artists being recognized, and a lot of artists here that will be here tonight are being recognized for the first time, and one of those artists has just walked on the carpet, and that's Jeremy Dutcher. Jeremy Dutcher won the award last night at the awards gala for Best Indigenous Album. And he's definitely one that many people are speaking about. So, and as you can see, he's wearing a quite amazing outfit. So we'll definitely have a chance to speak with him. There's lots of other media here on the red carpet. Of course, it's quite a busy carpet as well. Jeremy, so good to see you again.
Yes, it's nice to see you too.
You look amazing. Can you first tell me a bit about your look tonight?
I would love to tell you a bit about my look. So this is a collaborative design between two of my favorite designers, Zoff, who did my Polaris piece, and Indigenous designer from Edmonton named Lux. And so there's going to be, what you see is not what you get. So you might be in for a little reveal or a little bit of a surprise.
I'm very excited, and we know you have a performance in store for us later today. What can you tell us about what you're bringing to the stage?
Oh, I'm so excited. So we're going to be playing a song from my first album called Wulastuig Lintuwagnawa, and the song is called Sagamawit. And Sagamawit is a chief song. So it is a ballad to responsible governance, to leadership. And the lyrics say, and I said this as part of my speech last night, so when you lead us, you need to think of all of us, not just yourselves. And you need to make decisions for the ones yet born, because there's who you'll affect. So this is a 7 generations teaching. We always need to be aware of who we make our decisions for. And it's not for us. It's for those ones that we're paving a way for. So that's the message I want to bring tonight. And I'm very excited to look damn good while doing it.
And of course, you are a Juno Award winner, Best Indigenous Album of the Year. And you know, you talk about some of the things that you had to say last night. We know you got cut short. You came back on.
What a moment.
That was such a great moment and so important. So, you know, tell us again why it was important for you to share that message.
Well, for me, you know, sharing that message, this is all a platform, right? And I really feel a responsibility to speak truth to what is happening right now. And I think this category is very, very important for representation, but we need to get past it. We need to honor this category and for what it is, and we need to honor people like Elaine Bombury, Shin Goose, Buffy St. Marie, who advocated to have this category included in the Junos in the 90s. But we have to have our music considered on a wider stage.
So we are getting some questions here on YouTube. One specifically for you, Jeremy. Who is your designer icon favorite?
Well, I have to give it up to Zoff and Lux. This outfit is art, and it has a message. This is the year of the Indigenous language. And I really wanted to talk with this piece about the connection between land and language. If you step on this train, oh Lord. Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah.
Nobody can step on this train.
So I'm really excited to highlight those designers. For me, there's so much interesting designing work happening within the Indigenous fashion industry. There's Indigenous Fashion Week that just got going last year in Toronto. Next year is coming up. I'm so excited. There's so many amazing, incredible designers in our community, and so I'm just happy to highlight them and bring them forward.
Well, we really look forward to seeing this performance. Actually, a number of people that I've spoken to tonight are saying, you're the one to watch. That's who they're here to see. So, have a great time, and congratulations again on that win.
Thank you so much.
I wish I could talk to you longer, but I know
let's do it
I
again.
got to share, right?
We'll do it again sometime.
Thank you, Jeremy.
Take care.
Yes, let's get
sure.
and let's take a look. We're live. We're actually just live as well on Facebook.
Hi, I need to give her a kiss too. Shoo shoo. Okay.
So as you guys can see, a lot of fun on this red carpet, and there is a lot of glam as well. Jeremy Dutcher. Thank you, Jeremy. Nice seeing you. Check out this train here. Oh, that is beautiful. I know I'm supposed to be with you guys, but check that out. Jeremy Dutcher, he's one of the performers here tonight. And of course, as I mentioned, he's won an award. And now we're going to see, I want to show you a little bit who's coming down again. More.
Les Junos, keep C'était cool. On a fait des belles rencontres avec she's trying to get us to do that for Facebook Live.
Hi, Duff. How are you? All right, we are live on YouTube and Facebook. And for all the people watching, they're going to see me just jump in front of the camera. But you accepted a very special award last night. And let's talk about that moment. How did it feel to be recognized?
It felt great. I've been in the business long enough. I've lived long enough to have had other awards, but this is the one. This is the one that means the most. It's both radio and music. I've made friends, I'd like to think, in both industries. And to be able to look back and see where we started and how far we've come with Canadian artists topping the charts, most plays, most streams. This is phenomenal. We're no longer that little kid brother north of the border. We are a power to be reckoned with, and I am very proud to have contributed my little bit to all of that.
And you shared a few stories about what it was like in those early days, and I think a lot of people find it so hard to believe, our humble beginnings, but are you surprised to see where we're at today?
No, because the talent was always there. And that talent in the old days had to go south of the border. There was no infrastructure. So you had Paul Anka, you had Guy Lombardo, you had Joni Mitchell, you had Neil Young. They were all going south of the border. And I didn't blame them. The studios were better. All of the jobs were there. The sort of infrastructure was built in. But for those who had the talent and didn't have those connections or those breaks, building the infrastructure, getting them some seed money, which is what Factor did, that was what turned the whole table around and gave us what we have today, which is dominance of popular music at any given time. It's amazing.
It has been pretty amazing, and of course we're going to be seeing a lot of new faces as well to represent it tonight. Really shows that the future of Canadian music is quite bright.
Oh yeah, as I said, we run deep in the Canadian music sector.
Awesome. Thank you so much for stopping to chat with us.
It's been a pleasure.
Enjoy the rest of your night.
Sure will. Thank you.
All right, so that was Duff Roman. He also accepted a special award last night. And as I mentioned, a lot of the big awards are actually handed out the night before in a special Juno Gala dinner and awards ceremony. So there were about 36 to 38 awards plus 3 special awards. And then tonight there's only 6 that will be handed out. But we're seeing some more stars on the carpet here. Let's see if we can get Megan Patrick, if she's available to chat with us. She's a country music star, or if Jan's available. Oh, I see Jan Arden on the carpet, everybody. Let's take a look. Hello, Jan. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
You look lovely.
Thank you.
Good to see you. So
Good to be seen.
we are actually live on YouTube and Facebook for CBC.
Yay. Hi, this is where it's at. You guys are getting all the action.
All right. So you know the drill for the Junos, but it's the first time in London. What are you most looking forward to this for this show tonight?
I think hearing new music. And I think that's what the Junos are all about. In fact, I think there's 9, 10, 11 performances tonight, 9 of which have never performed on the Junos before. And that's important. It's about discovering new music. It's about giving, new artists. It doesn't matter if they're young or old or whatever their age is, but about giving people the opportunity to showcase what they do. And Canada does it better than anybody else.
And we're getting some questions live from our viewers. And one of those questions, which I think you're right on, is what makes Canadians so unique when it comes to our music?
I've always thought that winter kind of unites us somehow. For 8 months out of the year, we are in pretty inclement conditions. And I think it makes us reflective. It makes us read a lot and write a lot and think a lot. It's not like we're outside playing tennis. You're inside having dinners by a fire with your friends or trying to brush off your damn car, trying to get it started. But I think there's only 37, 38 million of us. And we are connected by one of the freest, most democratic, beautiful countries on the planet. My most prized possession is my passport.
It's true. We're proud to be Canadian, proud to be here. Congratulations. Have a great night tonight.
Yeah, I'm
it's
just
good
going
to
hang
see
out.
you.
I hope they have popcorn.
Take care. All right, so as you guys can see, the red carpet is moving. Hello, Tessa. Why don't we get in on this together? Hala's my colleague here.
Okay, great.
So we are live on Facebook and YouTube as well. But tell us about how it feels to be at the Junos today.
Oh, it's such a special event. I love them when we get to celebrate Canadians, and there's such talent in this country, and the pressure's off me tonight, so I just get to be a spectator and enjoy and celebrate our great Canadian musicians.
And what would you say you're most looking forward to?
Ooh, it's a long list. Well, it was fun to follow Jan on the red carpet. I love her. Bahamas, Arkells. Seeing Sarah host will also be really special, and I think she's also performing, so I'm the ultimate Sarah McLachlan fan and can't wait for that.
I know, I keep hearing there are so many special little
was I not
surprises
supposed
when
to
it
say
comes
that?
to performances. No.
Whoopsies.
Well, we're,
My argument, there's a 6 second
people have
delay
been
already.
hinting. People have been hinting a lot of stuff throughout
I'm probably
the night.
getting kicked out already. I won't
No,
get to
not
enjoy
at
this.
all. Not at all. And people are talking about how it is a bit of a reunion, seeing everybody come together for this weekend. It's the first time the Junos are being held in London. What has your experience been like so far?
Well, I'm so proud I'm the hometown girl, so it's so nice to welcome Canadians here to London. And of course, I've been the beneficiary of so many wonderful skating competitions and events hosted here. I know what the city can do, and it's so fun to see it buzzing. It's really lit up, all things Juno, looking and feeling excited and fabulous. And it's fun to see such icons and legends here, right here in my hometown.
Awesome. Thank you so much for speaking with us. Enjoy the rest of your evening. All right, so that was Tessa Virtue on the red carpet. And if you guys have any questions, please send them in. We are still live on the red carpet here. And Megan Patrick, I did just mention you. Hello. And look at your outfit.
Hi.
Beautiful. We're going to make sure.
Stressed that somebody's gonna step on it and it's gonna.
You know what? We got to make sure, like Jeremy Dutcher, we got to make sure that the train is intact. But you look lovely.
Thank you so
We saw
much.
you yesterday as well at the fanfare where all the
that
fans
was
came
crazy.
out.
Yeah.
How has your experience been this Juno weekend in London?
It's just been amazing. I'm just so grateful to be here as a nominee, and just to see all these people support me. Yesterday at Fanfare was amazing. I got to do the Songwriter Circle today, that's by far the rowdiest, loudest Songwriter Circle crowd I've ever played for. So I don't know, maybe St. Patty's Day has something to do with it, but it was awesome. So.
I know, double whammy. Juno weekend, St. Patty's weekend. Now, we've been talking about country music having a big splash this year at the Junos, and of course in the broadcast tonight, that category going up. What do you have to say about how country music is being received from Canadians in other parts of North America?
I think country music has evolved a lot over the last few years, and it's kind of come into a much broader audience, which is always great. I mean, I err more a little more on the traditional side of country, and I think that there are fans for all of it, and I'm just really honored to be here to represent country music in the breakthrough artist category and to be up for country album, and it's just a dream come true.
Well, it's an amazing time for you. Congratulations again, and again. But have a great time in the show tonight. What would you say in terms of advice for everybody else that's coming here tonight? Maybe it's their first time. Any advice that you'd give them?
Just soak up every minute. Yeah, I was kind of nervous before I came in, then I remember like, oh yeah, this is fun and this is awesome. Just enjoy it and live in it. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, have a great night, and we'll see you later.
Yeah, sounds
Thank
good.
you.
Thank you. Your skin looks amazing, by the way.
Oh, thank you. It feels hot in here, but I'll take it. Thanks, Megan. So Megan Patrick, as she mentioned, she's up for one of the country awards, and you know the red carpet's still going. We've been here for a couple hours now, and we've seen a lot of celebrities, a lot of stars coming down. I'm still looking for some of your questions, so please send them in if you'd like. And thank you to those who sent their questions in.
Just quickly, because people are coming so quickly, we should apologize to fans whose questions we haven't been able to get in.
That is a great. So my producer, that's who you're hearing right now, and it's true. I know some of you guys are sending in your questions, and it is a bit tricky to manage. So if you have sent them in and we haven't had a chance to ask them, thank you for sending them in. I'm going to be trying to get to all of them. We're multitasking here, but thank you for sending them in. And I saw Leslie Erickson. She said, "Love your look." Fran had a question for Janet Arden we didn't get to, but we'll try to get to some of the other people here. All right, and we have the Trues here coming up. We're going to say hi to these guys very quickly. And as I mentioned, fans have been able to, if you're just joining us, we're on the red carpet live here, and fans have been lined up, waiting for hours to see some of their favorite fans and their favorite bands. Hello, the Trues are here. We are live on YouTube and Facebook Live, and we're all over. How does it feel to be at the Junos, guys?
It feels really good. We were saying earlier, our first Junos was 2004, so we've been coming to these for 15 years, and we're super grateful for that. Like, the lasting is the new making it, is what I hear. So
what would you say is the biggest change that you're noticing? Because you guys are veterans then, I'll say.
You know, the more things change, the more they stay the same. You see a lot of the same faces, which is really cool. You know, people that we don't get to see too often because we're like ships in the night. You know, we're all doing our own thing all year, and then once a year we got a weekend to chill and have cocktails and, you know, have fun.
And that's nice. I mean, a bit of a reunion. So who are you most looking forward to seeing tonight?
Yeah, Bahamas. Absolutely.
I got to see Afi in rehearsal, a little set reveal. They gave me a little backstage access, and they were fantastic. He said he's brought his full band here, and because, you know, they're always on tour, it was just so nice to be able to bring everybody here for the big performance. And any advice that you have, because there's a lot of newcomers that are coming, it's their first Junos. We're trying to share and to send some advice to them. What would you say they should do this weekend?
Work really hard on the music, and just keep working on that part of the thing, and just do that really well, and it'll come to you.
And you know, this is obviously celebrating our Canadian talent in this country. Why is it so important to recognize our own?
Well, because it's exceptionally good. Like, by population, we punch like way above our weight. Like, Canada is a relatively small country by population, but we produce like a disproportionate amount of world talent. So we might as well be patting ourselves on the back for it, you know.
Awesome. Congratulations. Have a great weekend and night. Take care. All right. So guys, red carpet is moving along. If you're sending questions, thank you so much. I can tell you, I see another artist that is coming down the red carpet. This is Nav. He's going to be one of the performers as well. It's good to see him here. All right, so we're being told that Nav, can you say hi? No, you're not going to say hi? So he is just doing photos. He's one of the performers here at the Junos tonight. So But that is Cor de Pirate, and she has just arrived. Beautiful white dress. I saw a question, Paula Waters on Facebook, would you rather heels, sneakers, or skates? I don't know if that question is for me, but I can tell you I'm in very low heels because one of the keys to being on a red carpet is comfort. Hello, how are you? Good. Do you want to come say hi, Cor de Pirate? We are live on CBC on Facebook and YouTube. You look amazing. Congratulations on the nomination.
Thank you so much.
How does it feel to be recognized?
I mean, it's always great to be recognized by your peers in the rest of Canada, and even though I work in Quebec and France, it's really great to be able to play shows in the rest of Canada and come to the Junos.
Yes, and how would you say your music is received, or how the English audience has responded to your work?
I mean, it's always really great. I get to play in front of crowds in like cities where usually French is not the primary language, and people actually come to the shows, so I just feel really lucky.
And what do you most look forward to during Juno weekend?
It's been a long weekend so far. I've been here for like 4 days for like rehearsals and everything, and it's just like the whole city is thriving, and I'm just really excited to be amongst people that I really admire, and yeah, hopefully everything goes well.
And you're performing tonight? What can you tell us about your performance?
It's like the first time a French song gets to be performed on the Junos, so it's a pretty big deal. I feel really happy that I get to be part of it, and yeah, looking forward to it.
Big moment. Thank you, and congratulations again. We'll be watching tonight.
Thank you.
All the best. And that was Cor de Pirate, live on the red carpet. And as I mentioned, this red carpet has been going for since 5:30, so we've been here for a little bit. And seeing a lot of different artists on this red carpet here today. And Hala, would you like to come? We'll bring you back in here for a second.
Sure,
So Hala,
just tweeting away.
Tweeting
as
away.
You know how the night goes.
You've been busy with the social media. You've been covering, of course, this red carpet for radio, TV. But for you, it's your first Junos.
It
So
is
what's
my
what's
first
your
Junos.
experience like?
Well, first and foremost, I had to wear these earrings today
Nice.
because, you know, you need the
Glam it
glam.
up.
You need to glam it up. It's extremely fast-paced. The artists are in and out. We're getting a few questions here and there, but what I'm noticing is everybody's willing to talk to you. Everybody's excited and everybody has something to say. I even got someone, we started talking about inspiration. We started talking about really even personal topics like depression, anxiety, and so that's what you get at the red carpet, personal stories.
Personal stories. No, it's true. And sorry, I was just going to bring you over. So we see Loud behind you, another Juno winner from last night. And over to our left, guys, it's Corey Hart. He's going to be coming. We know he has quite a big night tonight as well. Corey Hart, who hasn't performed in a little bit. But hopefully we can pop by and say hi. He's here with his whole family. Hello, Corey. How are you? Good to see you again. And you brought the whole fam. Yes. We hope you can come over to chat. We're live on YouTube, Facebook Live. So Corey has to head over, but it is going to be his first performance in more than 20 years. So he's taken a bit of a hiatus. Many of us will know him from the 80s and 90s, Sunglasses at Night, Never Surrender, big mega hits. And he said he actually stepped away from the spotlight. He stepped away from music so he could focus on his family. And that's who he brought here, his 4 kids, his wife as well. And an interesting story, Corey Hart met his wife at the Junos quite a long time ago. So he's back, he's going to be performing, and he's also going to be inducted into the Canadian Music Hall of Fame as well. So we'll see that as part of the broadcast, but a very special night for him and a special performance as well. So as you can see, a lot happening behind me. Maestro Fresh West is right here. He's just arrived on the carpet. And we are going to take it. Milk and Bone, who just won a Juno last night. Hey guys, we've got some special guests. Hello.
Hi.
I had a chance to see you guys accept your big award last night. How does it feel to be recognized for electronic music?
Yes. It feels so good.
Yes, and it was a really tight category. We would not expect anything like that. So we're very floating, very excited right now.
Very proud and very honored, mostly.
Yes. What has your Junos experience been like?
So it's our second time. This year is like, it's fun because we don't have too much to do. We won, which is fucking amazing. Oh, sorry.
Oopsies.
No, it's been great. We're just like having a great time this year. It's amazing.
That's amazing.
Yes.
You guys look amazing. And what are you most looking forward to in terms of the show tonight?
Oh, just seeing a lot of live performances, hopefully, and people we don't get to see live as often as we would want to. And yeah,
And we have some friends performing tonight, Loud and Cœur de Pirate, so we're excited to see them perform.
We had a chance to chat with them as well, but enjoy the rest of your evening, and we'll see you guys soon. Thank you. So that was Milk and Bone. They won in the category of electronic music. And again, one of the many award winners here tonight. I can tell you that I see Mr. David Foster coming down as well, and he is one of the special winners. He was awarded for his charitable work, and he received a humanitarian award as well. So we'll be hopefully chatting with him very shortly. So if anyone has any questions, hi, David. How are you? Good to see you again. Back. Congratulations, of course. You were honored with the Humanitarian Award last night. How does it feel to be recognized for your charitable work?
It was so nice to not talk about music at a music event and just, you know, my other passion, which is my foundation, and to be able to talk about that freely without, you know, worrying about am I going to win a best this or a best that. It was just all about my foundation. Which is a team effort and a group effort, and it felt really good.
So we are live on YouTube and Facebook, and we just have a question here from a lovely woman named Paula Waters. She says, question for David, what is most special to you about being Canadian?
Well, I've always felt that being Canadian, like I said in my speech last night, was a secret weapon. And there's a little pact of us back in the day. It was Paul Anka and Wayne Gretzky, and there was a few of us, and we always felt like we had this little secret ingredient, Alan Thicke, and that just carried on through the 70s and the 80s and the 90s and all the way up to today. We feel special, and I don't know what it is, we just feel special.
And you know, you spoke about top 4 artists in the top 10 actually being Canadian. The Weeknd, Drake, Justin Bieber, Shawn Mendes. But why would you say we've been able to carve out this path for ourselves?
I have no idea. It really makes no sense because it's very disproportionate to what's going on. We should be 1/10 of the top 10. We should be 1 out of the top 10, not 4 or 5 out of the top 10. Because you got to throw Alicia in there too, right?
Alicia Carr is amazing.
Yeah. So I mean, we're almost half of the top 10. And of course, Ariana, you could argue, is leading the pack. She's not Canadian. But 4 or 5 out of the top 10 is way disproportionate to what it should be. I don't know what it is.
Who are you listening to? Who's on your playlist?
I listen to all those people. I think Drake's last album is great. I think Ariana's album, her new album, is amazing. Every single cut is amazing. Just like the way I felt about Bieber's album a couple of years ago. Mm-hmm. Every cut was amazing. It was a thoughtful album, and it was amazing.
And which artist that you see right now would you like to work with if you had to pick one of the new upcoming?
Well, I said it last night, but the 2 guys that won last night for the
Loud Luxury.
Yes, they're so cool.
Have you listened to Body?
No, but
it's the best song. You've heard it.
I will.
Awesome.
Right.
Well, we hope to see that collaboration happen.
Thanks.
Awesome. Have a great night. So David Foster, as we mentioned, he received a special honor, and that award also will be awarded in the broadcast again as well. And so really busy here on the red carpet. If you are watching and sending in your questions, thank you so much for taking your time and being patient with us as we try to get through all of them. And there is a question for Corey Hart. We're hoping he will be able to come back, but it's unclear where he's gone. But I just want to point over and show you kind of just how things are looking at that end of the carpet. It's really busy. Okay, and that's Hubert Lenoir. Hubert Lenoir is up for Album of the Year. He's also up for Pop Album of the Year and Francophone Album of the Year. And so pretty big time for them as well. Hello, Hubert. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Well, you have a lot of nominations this year. How does it feel to be recognized at the Junos?
It feels great. It feels like, you know, I always thought that my music, even though I sing mostly in French, I always thought it was kind of some kind of universal language. So it feels good.
Feels good. How has Juno weekend been for you?
I just, I was in Texas, so I haven't slept that much. So I just went there straight. Yeah.
So it's been a busy time.
Yeah, and putting makeup on.
But to be recognized not only as a Francophone artist, of course, in those categories, but in the other categories as well. I mean, what does that say about the music that you're making?
Yeah, well, I heard that the only last person who did that was Celine Dion in like 83 or something or some shit. But it feels good because it feels like I'm like spiritually related to her, and it feels nice. Yeah.
Well, what are you most looking forward to tonight?
I'm looking for, I don't know, meeting Shawn Mendes. I don't know.
I hate to break it to you, but he's not actually here. But he is
Oh,
going to be
shit.
doing a performance all the way from Europe, so you will get to see him. But there are a lot of other amazing
He's
performers.
going to perform live from Europe.
It might be live, might be taped. I'm not sure, but we will see him. So
Can't wait to see
he's
this.
a fantastic artist. Congratulations again.
Thank you very much.
All the best. And that's Hubert Lenoir. And so for some of our viewers, yeah, go right ahead.
OK, thank you. Ouais. Salut, j'étais à South by Southwest, j'ai vu ton concert. La réaction était vraiment bonne. Un de tes concerts, la réaction était vraiment bonne. Tu parles souvent que c'est pas grave si tu chantes en français. La musique parle. C'est une preuve de ça un peu?
Ben à South by Southwest aussi, que le fait qu'il y avait des gens qui étaient là qui parlaient seulement anglais, qui baragouinaient les paroles, mais qui connaissaient les paroles, c'est vraiment cool. Puis encore ce soir, c'est encore une autre preuve de ça avec les nominations. Ouais.
Tu as aussi joué des chansons un peu en anglais. Est-ce que c'est un projet de faire un petit peu plus de chansons en anglais aussi? Ou...
Les chansons que j'ai jouées, c'était des chansons de mon groupe The Seasons que j'avais écrites avec eux. Mais oui, moi, j'ai jamais eu de... Même sur mon album, il y a une pièce en anglais, puis je travaille toujours sur du... En fait, c'est parce que c'est les seuls deux langages que je suis capable de parler. Mais si je parlais en espagnol, je chanterais en espagnol aussi, mais je suis juste pas capable de parler anglais et français, fait que j'écris dans les deux.
Dernière chose, comment tu te sens justement avec la réaction du public anglophone, tout ça? Il semble avoir un buzz, tout ça. Tu te sens comment?
Je me sens bien parce que j'ai l'impression d'avoir eu raison tout ce temps. Merci, merci.
Thank you, guys.
All right, thank you guys. So that was my French colleague taking over. And CBC has a little spot here on the red carpet, so we are sharing and caring, keeping it all together. So hopefully we'll get to bring back some of those artists. I know everyone is saying, hey, wait, what happened to this person? And so if we're live with someone else, they typically will go ahead and continue on the line with media. But we're hoping to bring back some of those artists for you guys. Thank you for sending in your questions. I see there are a lot of Corey Hart fans here. So we're hoping to bring him back as well. I do see him. He's still on the red carpet with a few fans, but we'll definitely try to get him back for you all. So tonight's broadcast will have about, I think it's about 12 or 13 performers, but a lot of the performers here tonight will actually be performing for the first time. So that's really amazing to see all of the fresh and new talent that is happening on the red carpet, on the stage tonight. But that just really goes to show how vibrant the Canadian music industry and the music scene is right now, with so much talent coming out of Canada, but also across different genres and different varieties. So that's really an important part of this as well. And I just want to take, just again, to show you what the red carpet looks like. Take a look down there.
Great, perfect, David.
So I am hearing, I'm trying really hard to see if we can bring Corey back, and we're live on the air. We'll see if that's happening, but we're really working really hard, so we'll hope to make that happen for you guys. And if you guys have any other questions for me, I can tell you I did have a chance to go to the set reveal, so I already know what the set is going to look like here at the Junos, and it is quite amazing. I can tell you there's going to be really amazing lights. There's going to be some really cool changes as well in terms of the backdrop, so we had a chance to get a sneak peek at that. I also got to see some of the seating charts to see where everyone was sitting, so I know Jessie Reyez, who we are still expecting on this red carpet as well. She's going to be right up in there, and Rick Mercer is sitting next to Tessa Virtue. It's a random fact, I know, but it was kind of cool just to see where everyone is placed, and also had a chance to see Bahamas in their rehearsal, and it was a really great performance. So I think any Bahamas fans, fans of Afi, they will really enjoy what he'll bring to the stage as well. So what's great about the performances is that they are going to span a range of genres, and so we're going to see a bit of, we will see a rap performance from Nav, we're going to see Cour du Pirate, who will be performing, as I mentioned, Jeremy Dutcher, who a lot of people are waiting to see his special performance. Who else is there? The Arkells, of course, the Hamilton band that took home Rock Album of the Year, and they're also, we had a chance to speak with them earlier as well, and so they'll be hitting the stage. And hometown talent, Loud Luxury, many people will know that they are actually from London, Ontario, and they went to Western University. That's where they met, that's where their musical journey began, and so for them, they said it was really special to not only win an award, but to be able to perform in front of their family, in front of their friends here Juno weekend. So this red carpet here, we're still waiting for a few more guests. As I mentioned, I haven't seen Jessie Reyez yet. She was one of the artists that we were hoping to see. And Leslie, I will try to hug Corey Hart for you. As I mentioned, Sarah McLaughlin, you know, she's host tonight, and Tessa Virtue let me in on a little secret that she says she's looking forward to seeing Sarah perform, so that's something to look out for. And I did actually have a chance, I know Corey Hart had to run down the carpet, but we did have a chance to speak with him a few weeks ago. I did an interview, and you know, I spoke to him about how he's feeling about his first performance in, you know, I think it's 30 years, he said, the last time he was at the Junos, and he says that he is quite nervous for it. He's also nervous because everyone keeps asking him that same question, how are you feeling? But he says that he's really hoping to do something that the fans will love and that he thinks the fans will love. So I think we'll hear some old classics, some hits. I mean, how can we not? But also he is expecting to share some of his new music as well that he's been working on. So we're just working to see Jessie Reyez might be coming soon. So any Jessie Reyez fans, hold tight. We're seeing. And we're hoping to see who else might come through that door. But Jessie Reyez might be one of those people. All right, so CBC Music, of course. We've seen a couple of our radio hosts as well on this red carpet. A lot of people, but as you can see, it's kind of quieting down now, so that typically means the show is about to start. 8 o'clock Eastern time is when you can actually tune in, watch the broadcast. Now, if you don't want to watch it on TV, there's lots of other ways to tune in. You can watch it on CBC Radio 1, CBCNews.ca, also GEM. If you want to check out our streaming service as well, you can tune in and watch the full broadcast, the full show. It runs 2 hours, but 8 o'clock Eastern time is when you can tune in, rather, to watch the Junos. So if you're planning on watching, check it out. It's going to be a great show. And as I mentioned, a lot of performances, some special moments as well. Corey Hart hitting the stage for the first time in more than 30 years. So you definitely want to watch to check that out. And this is the part where we wait. So yeah, this is a part of the carpet where it is quieting down, but if you guys have any questions, I do see some people coming down, and it's Jessie Reyes. All right, friends. We're going to have a chance to chat with her. Jessie Reyes was Breakthrough Artist last year. She's also in a couple of categories, including Songwriter of the Year. She's been working on a lot of crazy music. When I tell you Jessie Reyes has collaborated with Eminem, she has collaborated with Calvin Harris. She has collaborated with Sam Smith. She actually wrote, or was one of the writers on Promises. If any of you are fans of Dua Lipa, she worked on the song One Kiss. Many of us know, we've heard a million times. And there she is. Last year, she was the 2018 Breakthrough Artist, arriving very fashionable. You can see some, some fun on the carpet. She's calling over some of her friends. Oh, it's not her friends, it's her family. Look at that. Really fun fact about Jessie Reyes is that when she was on tour, she would bring her family along. So her parents, as you can see, she's hugging them, she's holding them tight. And I believe that's her brother and her sister-in-law. She's talked a lot about her family, how important they are. She is Colombian Canadian, and what a beautiful moment to share with your family. Look at that. I can just imagine very proud parents as well, because so early in her career, and she's had a pretty amazing time, some amazing success, and her voice is unlike any other. She really does have a unique sound, and it's very recognizable. So great to see her here back at the Junos. She will be presenting an award as well tonight. And there's and she looks really great. She's always got great style. 2 questions. So I'm being told we can ask 2 questions. So if you guys have any questions for Jessie Reyes, now is the time. Hey Jessie, how are you? Good to see you again. I know. We actually did a story, but we're live on Facebook and YouTube. Live. You were Breakthrough Artist of the Year last year. You're back at the Junos. What a year you've had. I mean, how do you feel about all the success that you've seen?
Well, it's crazy. This year's been nuts. It's the better half of this year's been unbelievable, and I just feel really honored. I'm blessed. I'm trying to take it all in. It's not often that I can stop and look around, because all we do is work. So moments like these are very much appreciated.
And you've been very busy. You talk about work, you talk about the last year that you've had from tour to working with some big names. I mean, what has been the highlight for you?
Oh, I don't know, man. Crawling out of the grave with Eminem was pretty sick. So
that was a pretty awesome video.
Yeah, but there's been a lot. I mean, there's been so many milestones this year. I feel like I'm unworthy sometimes. Being able to bring my parents to the Junos, being able to have one of my first #1s, even as a songwriter, working with Calvin, working with Sam Smith, with Kalani, with Dua Lipa, and performing. It's just all been crazy, and I'm really honored.
And such a beautiful moment to see you share this with your family. How are they feeling about being here with you?
Oh, man, they're happy. They're chilling. They're stoked. They're just happy to be on the red carpet. My dad, this is old news for my dad now, because he's been to a few. It's the first time for my big brother, so that's cool.
So good to see you. Thank you. I know you got to get going, but congratulations. All the best. Nice seeing you. All right, everyone. Jessie Reyes on the red carpet. She's really lovely. And as I mentioned quickly off the top, we did a story together. She held a songwriting workshop, and this was in Toronto just back in January. And what she did was she actually just put out a call on Instagram and said, send me your work, send me your submissions, tag me in your posts of you performing. And she chose 5 musicians in the Greater Toronto area to come to a songwriting workshop that she hosted. She called in all her industry friends and held that in Toronto over 2 days. And we had a chance to be there, part of it. They invited CBC along. It was we were the only ones there, and it was really great to meet some of the participants, some of the young people that she was helping. And she said for her it's really important to give back. She had a lot of help at the early part of her career through mentors, through another city program, the Remix Project, that she was a graduate of. It was a 9-month program that she said she learned how to record her vocals. She was able to learn to navigate the music industry and get that really important information to start off as an artist. And so for her, it was really important to pay it forward. She said she's seen some success. She said there's still a lot more she wants to get done, but because she is in a place where she can help and give back, that's what she wanted to do. And so that's what she did. It was very simple. It happened very quickly, but as you can see, an important part of her to give back and to help others. So that was Jessie Reyes. As I mentioned, she was the breakthrough artist last year. She's up for 2 more Junos this year under her belt in such a quick time. She mentioned some of the collaborations like Eminem. She's worked with Sam Smith, Dua Lipa. Of course, her songwriting is one of the big things she's being recognized for tonight as well. But she's had a bright career, and definitely looking forward to seeing her on the stage. She'll be presenting an award tonight at the Juno Awards. So things are wrapping up here. I will tell you guys, I tried really hard to get Corey Hart to get back, but I think he had to head over and to get ready for his performance. So we didn't get a chance to see him, but you can see that the red carpet is kind of emptying out right now. But we really thank all of you for coming along and just being part of this. And again, someone asked, Paula Waters asked if flannel was homage to Canada, and Jessie's style is just always great. She can wear anything. And sorry, Dustin, I didn't get a chance to see your question, but you asked about her meeting Eminem for the first time. And you know, when I did that story with her, I did ask her about that experience, and she just said it was amazing. You know, for her vocals to be up on the same track as Eminem, she said it was just one of those moments that, like, pinch me, this is happening. So I hope that answers your question, but thank you so much for writing in, everybody. And I think we're going to wrap up soon because we are going to be heading into the award show. We don't want to miss it as well, but as you can see, fast and furious red carpet. Thanks for sending in all your messages, and I'm just going to do one last check to see if I see Corey Hart, because I know you guys have been waiting, and my producer is frantically running over here, but I just got this. It's not going to be able to happen, so apologies for that, but thanks for sticking through with us. We did see him for a brief moment with his family, but thanks to all of you for tuning in. I am going to sign off now, but thanks for watching. I'm Tashana Reed for CBC. I almost forgot. For CBC in London, Ontario, for the Junos. And as I mentioned, if you'd like to tune in, if you'd like to stream the show, you can do that on CBC Radio 1. You can watch on CBC Television, as well as stream online. And if you have GEM, our streaming service, you can check that out for free as well. So hope everybody has a good night and enjoys the show. Thank you. Thanks for watching, and thanks for sending in your questions.
Tickets.